Hello and welcome to USA. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53. I partner with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for rookie mini stocks at USA as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 1 Week 12 official series action. If you guys can hit like, hit subscribe. We're going to cover a ton of information here in probably about 10 minutes or so. So we'll just kind of sit back and get going on it. If you guys can, with it coming to the end of the season, you guys that have been in rookies, for the last couple weeks, or if you're new, just trying to get in, you got to get your MPR up, and you've got to get over a 3.0 safety rating. That's really kind of your keys to this week. That way, when iRacing does their license improvement at the end of week 13, you can get up to D class. If you can get to a 4.0, you're going to get a fast track and automatically be on. I think its minimum participation requirements are 4 races here in the mini stock. So I always like to show this to you guys, just kind of to show it to you. You can't change anything on these cars. You have what you have, and you kind of have to figure it out. So we've already run here once this season. The line's going to be the exact same. If you've watched it before, you already know fourth gear all the way around the track for me and just kind of let it eat. We're going to go out. We're going to show you guys a qualifying lap though real quick, and we'll kind of get that going. So we're going to go out and we're going to tire heat. It's a gas brake uh, alternate with a left-right swerve just to get as much heat in those front tires as possible. You can just hear that engine just popping on the rev limiter. Once we get to that blue cone, that's kind of where I stop tire heating and I'll start to get up to speed here. I'll head down the backstretch. I'm going to go high here on lap one. There's really, lap one's going to be a throwaway lap for you. So while we're doing that, you'll notice right above me is a wonderful Hello Fresh icon. They've partnered with me for about a month here to promote their brand, get some fresh meals delivered right to your door. You don't have to decide on what to cook for dinner. And every time you help them out, every time you subscribe, it helps us out. So I'd like to get that number that says 0 up there if we can. So we'll go here into 3. We'll go high here as we come to green, or this would be to white flag. Our speed at the start finish line, we like to use that as a good comparison tool to know how much speed you're going to carry on your lap. We're at 104 miles an hour. Now, a lot of times I'll join TikTok lives or just kind of be watching stuff, and I'll see these guys in mini stocks that are way off the wall. They don't know where they're at on track, and it's really really important that you guys are using as much of the track as possible. So when we talk about road course, we talk about track limits. On the oval side, your track limit is the wall and the apron, basically here. So we want to be up against the wall just to give us the best kind of drive down the straightaway. And you can see here for me, this hood pin is even with this dash line on the straightaway. That's kind of how I know that I'm up high enough when I'm watching my replays. Now, you guys got to keep in mind I have triple screens, so my FOV might be a little bit different from yours. I've got it so my left monitor on my triple screens, my window net is pretty much even with where it would be in my real car. So you just got to kind of keep that in mind here as you're going down the straightaways. So we go down the front stretch and we are up there up against the wall. We start to head into turn one and we're going to turn in here at this last dash line you can see on the track. That last dash that we just went over, that's going to be our turn in point right here. And then as we go down the straightaway, we're going to lift and brake just before we get to that first stop sign to get this car pitched into the corner. I also see a lot of times on TikTok lives where guys will send it into the corner and then they'll brake and try and fling the car loose. All you're doing there is you're just burning up your right front tire. So you're making what might be a tight situation with your car that you're trying to get it to rotate. You're just making that worse. So back up your corners on iRacing and really use it to get speed off. You can see here about center of the corner, I'm going to get back on throttle and just have a nice hard drive off. Again, we get up nice and tight up against the wall, and then this pit wall here bumps out. So we're going to use a little bit of extra room, and as we go past that, we're going to turn in, and then once we get past this last stoplight here, we're going to start to turn in for the corner. So we turn down to the bottom. All of the speed at USA is if your left front, but whether it's 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, you want to get your left front tire in this little patch here, in this lighter black or lighter gray between that this little line here and the yellow line. That's really where you want to be down. And when we're looking in the car, right, we're looking with my FOV, this is what it looks like for me. So you can see this hood pin is below the yellow line. It's kind of even with like where my knuckles are in the corner, but you just want to be really, really low. And I have guys all the time say, well, I'm low on the track, and I'll get their replays, and I'm like, you can be a half a car lower. You're nowhere near where you need to be. So just kind of keep that in mind here as we're looking at these laps and kind of going around the track. So we'll grab that, we'll drive off nice and well, and we'll be at a 489. If you look at that from the far chase on the bottom of the track, you can really see, we kind of drift up on exit, but you can see where we're down there nice and low all the way around. So I'm going to back this up. We're going to give you guys this hot lap just sitting in the car. Actually, we're going to switch over. Yeah, we'll do this 489 lap sitting in the car. And let's just kind of see what we can get for you. So here you go. So there's kind of your qualifying lap. Like I said, you just really have to be patient with the car and just know if you try and get on throttle too early, the car's just going to push wide and you're going to lose your speed. Race laps, we're seeing about a half a tenth slower, which, I mean, this is what tire heat does for you here, is it gets you a little bit of speed. So you can just kind of see how we have those variances there a little bit between the two. But race line's going to look the exact same. Really, the best way to pass with this car is going to be going into one, going into three, or timing your runs for exit here. If guys get on throttle late and they're slow getting up to speed, or if they get on too early and they push to the wall and have to lift, you're going to be able to pass them really, really well. So it's just kind of one of those deals where you got to be ready for it and you got to make yourself available um, in terms of that. Now, one of the great tools that I use and I always like to tell rookies about is if you go into your iRacing options and you go under options and you turn on this split time delta. So if you've watched a lot of lives for some of the top guys, you'll see that they all run with this delta up. You can flip it to session best lap, kind of shows different things. I have a button mapped on my wheel so that I can switch that when I'm inside the car to see, but make sure you check your display delta bar. And that's really going to help you with that as well to know. And then cars that have a brake bias, you want to go in and set a brake bias. The mini stocks do not, so that's not really going to help you at all there. But that you definitely want to make sure you get that setting down, and then that will help you guys out a ton. Other than that, I mean, it's mini stocks at USA. Bottom is dominant. Get in the draft, follow guys. You just really want to pressure and be patient and try and get them to move. That can be difficult sometimes, so you just got to kind of be aware. And like we always talk about, run to your car number. So if you're car number 5 in the race, your goal is to finish 5th. And rookies, your goal isn't to win. It's just to get out of rookies so you can run cooler cars. So if you guys need anything this week, I'm available. Join our Team 53 Discord. You can see that here on the screen. There's a link below as well. We're always happy to have people. Head over to team53racing.com, sign up for our season pass, and best of luck, and we will see you guys in the next video.